This is a video about Ayurveda, Chinese herbalism, macrobiotic, other kind of philosophies of diet versus the raw vegan diet or the raw food diet. So what is the benefits or which one's gonna win out? The reason I'm talking about that is that I recently saw a post where a lady mentioned that she'd never been able to go raw. She tried it a lot of times. She'd really struggled with it, and a lot of people were commenting below. An awful lot of people were saying, I know exactly what I'm talking about, I've had exactly the same experience, blah blah blah, I tried again and again and I struggled. And a lot of them were saying, and now I've found out, I listen to my body, I follow my body, I follow my whatever, and now I've realised I need to follow Ayurveda, or I need to follow some kind of Chinese system or something else. Well, the first point I want to make about any other eating system and any other eating diet other than raw vegan, other than raw food, is that it was invented by humans. It was invented by people. It's something that's come up from our mind. It's something that we created, and something that we created relatively recently. These things don't go back millions of years. They go back thousands of years, hundreds of years. They're not as ancient as people think. And all of these systems of eating and philosophies of eating, Ayurveda, all this stuff, they all come from societies where people were eating cooked food. You know, these were societies where people were eating a cooked diet and getting sick, so they had to invent ways of having a better diet. And so the Ayurveda thing is the idea that there's different types of people, dosha and pitta, and I don't really know a great deal about it, but it's trying to classify individuals into different types. And herbalism with the Chinese thing, it's almost the same, like, oh yeah, your spleen and your chi and your everything, and you need to have spleen food. And what both of these have in common often is they say, well, you don't have the digestive fire for raw food. You don't have the digestive energy, the chi power, the whatever else for raw food. Now, I'm not laughing about those concepts or the ideas or the wisdom or the philosophy that those cultures have. And a lot of people that will talk about chi, I know as much about chi really as anyone else that talks about it. I've practiced martial arts and meditation and stuff, and read about all this stuff over the years, and been to seminars and all over the place and stuff like that. So I've had a lot of experiences in these areas. But I want to tell you that I've seen people who exhibited or seemed to have incredible chi or incredible ki power that were taken down by bad nutrition, that were losing their health because of bad diet or bad nutrition, and their chi or their ki was not helping them. So I don't think anything in life is as simple as get one thing right and everything else falls into line. You need to get everything right. If you want to live a fully happy, healthy, abundant life, you need to spin all the plates. It's not just about developing your chi, your spirituality, your meditation, and everything else follows. You have to, work on your diet. You have to work on your health. And when it comes to your health, you work to all the aspects of your health and improve that. Your working life, your relationships. It's not as simple as build chi or build ki and everything else follows, or find out your dosha type and everything else follows. What I don't like about these things is they appeal to the human ego, which says that there's something special about me. I want to find out something special. I want to find out that I need to eat meat. I want to find out that I need to eat vegetarian, or I need to eat cheese or something like that. It's appealing to people's ego. It's appealing to people's desire that there's something unique and precious and different and special about them. And when you tell people, and that why is that not the case for other animals? Why is that not the case for every single animal that's roamed the planet? Why do they all thrive on the same diet? Why do they all try and eat as much as possible the exact same diet? The ant-eaters are eating ants. It's really as clear as that. That's why they're called an ant-eater. I mean, animals are often called by what they eat. The thing that they eat is a whole part of their character. It's what their whole body is designed around, and what their whole mindset is designed around. And that's why I really believe in the fruitarian thing, because it really makes sense that the human experience, that our experience makes sense as fruit eaters, because we're not going out with a desire to kill every day, and we're not going out with a desire to bury ourselves in the ground and dig things up from the mud or anything else. But the idea of picking fruit from trees, of picking things, it really makes sense. It really fits in. So it's so, for a lot of people to be told, no, it's just the same diet that's the best for everyone, because we're a species and we have a species-specific diet, that is something that a lot of people can't take. I want to be special, I want to be different, I want to have a different diet from everyone else. I want to find out that I can't eat raw because I don't have the digestive power. I want to find out that I'm too old to eat raw, or something else. Or I'm too sick to eat raw. And that's a crazy thing. People think, well, I'm too sick now to eat a raw food diet. I'm too old to eat a raw food diet. I don't have the digestive power or the chi or the everything else to eat a raw food diet. There's nothing that holds you back from eating a raw food diet apart from your own mindset, your own mind. So I don't really ascribe to any of these things that are trying to appeal to the ego, trying to appeal to the idea that it's simpler than it is. In a weird way, raw vegan is the simplest diet, but it's the most complex thing, because you're having to give up so many things and change the way you get food and everything else. It's a complete change, but in reality it's the simplest thing. It's the simplest thing. Whereas if you tell someone, no, you should be eating more fiery foods or something, then they go, great, I'll just go to the Indian restaurant and start having, that, and that's the way that people will treat that kind of thing. And but certainly any kind of thing that makes you change to a healthier diet, then that is good, but it's not better than the raw vegan diet. It can't be better than the best diet. Raw vegan is really the end point of diet, or fruitarian if you want to call it that. But really, it's the end point of the destination. There's no further to go. There's no place to go back to that's better. That's the end point. I come at this as a person who started making dietary changes, 12 years ago, 13, 14 years ago, whatever it was, given up so many addictions, given up so many food addictions, never drank alcohol, never smoked cigarettes, never took drugs, never did any of that stuff, removed the sugar from my diet, the caffeine from my diet, the meat, the dairy, the eggs, everything and all that stuff gone, and the raw vegan diet is better than all of that and better than all the other things that I did. It's the best point. To me, that's my experience, but most people do not have that experience, and they think they're going to go from standard diet to raw vegan, or standard diet to plant-based vegan, or a healthy low-fat vegan diet. They think they're going to do that, and everything's going to be fine or whatever, or they're just going to straight away get it right, and it'll never happen. And some of these people who say, well, I've tried raw vegan so many times, and honestly, you meet them, look at them, you think, you are so far away from a healthy diet, full stop. And you're saying I couldn't do a raw vegan diet. Well, of course you can't do a raw vegan diet if you can't accept that if you can't stop yourself eating junk food, if you can't stop yourself eating, sugar processed foods and stuff, and fizzy drinks and all this stuff. If you're still eating that, what makes you think that raw vegan diet is going to be easy to do? You need to get rid of all that stuff first. You need to, you can't think to yourself, that diet is going to be easy, but I can't give up caffeine, but I'm going to find it easy to go raw vegan. You need to really start working on whatever you're doing. And frankly, sometimes it's people who are like really overweight, have real problems and stuff like that, and they're saying, oh, I tried that raw vegan diet, and you're thinking, you're so far away from a healthy diet, a healthy place. In your mindset and everything, you're trying to blame raw vegan diet for it. You need to get yourself together. You need to start making some commitments, right? I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to have caffeine anymore. I'm going to cut these things out one at a time, keep working. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You're still going forward, So people complain about raw vegan diet. They're nowhere near it. You can't just jump off, I'm on a totally standard junk food diet, and I'm going to pretend to all my friends that I do a healthy vegan diet. I'm going to pretend to everyone that I do this healthy thing. And the reality is, if we were to follow you around, we'd find you do something totally different. We know so many people, all of us know so many people. The Instagram pictures show one thing, the reality shows another. And I've had so many people that talk about meeting a person, meeting a girlfriend, a boyfriend. There's a lot of people that say every raw vegan person I met eats cooked food, or every raw vegan I meet actually eats cooked food and stuff. That's not true. You're just not meeting the right people. You're meeting the people that are on Instagram or YouTube or whatever else. And they're saying, here's the fruit I ate today. And they're not showing the ice cream they had later on or something or whatever else. They might not have even finished the fruit. It just looks good for Instagram, for social media. So people need to stop to be honest. And it would be better if people were honest. And what am I really trying to say? I'm just saying that I've got mixed up, but it's that thing. It's like raw vegan didn't work for me. I'm going to try Ayurveda or something else or whatever. Yeah, you're probably not at the point of raw vegan yet. You know, some people want to use raw vegan like it's the same as anorexia or something like that, or it's the same as bulimia. Or this is the kind of restriction diet that I can do, and everything's going to be good in my life now. It's just the best diet. It's not the best. It's not going to turn everything else in your life great, but it supports you in doing everything else, and it gives you real confidence in doing everything else. Because now you can really be aware of your own needs, become your own person, everything else, and develop a lot of things through changing to the raw vegan diet, skills that you can use in other areas. But that concerns me, that people say I could never do that diet, could never do that raw diet, but they couldn't even do healthy cooked diet. Healthy cooked, you know, if you're not at healthy cooked diet, do the healthy cooked diet first for a year, for 2 years, increasing raw food. Don't make this huge jump transition unless, in certain cases, if you're really motivated, if you really think you can do it, if you've got a track record of that kind of discipline for success and stuff, then you might be able to do it. But the truth is, the majority don't do it like that. The majority of people make a transition. It takes some time. People go to events, meet people, meet teachers, ask questions over and over. It takes time with the process. Read books and things like that, because you've got so many questions about it, and so many feelings come up. So that's really what I wanted to get off my chest, I guess, today. And I see people that say, well, no, I'm my Ayurveda or whatever else, I can't do that. And you just say, well, listen, raw vegan, raw food has been around much longer than Ayurveda, longer than Chinese herbalism, longer than all of these philosophies, kosher or halal or anything else. It's been around much longer. It's the species-specific diet of human beings. It's what your ancestors and your pre-ancestors and the things that we were before we were humans were eating. And it's the best diet to fuel your health. And fruit is the best food that you can get. And it's the best thing, amazingly enough, for the environment, for the planet, for the beauty of our planet, for the beauty of our environment. It all matches up together. So raw vegan, I believe, is superior to all of these philosophies. And for people that are saying, I'm not ready for raw vegan, or my Ayurveda tells me I can't be raw vegan, or my Chinese herbalism says I can't be raw vegan, I would just say to you, raw vegan was around a long time before those were around, and those were around to correct problems in the cooked food diet. So people that are challenging raw, just tell me, why is it that every other form of life does not cook its food? Thank you.